Hello. Good morning and good day, good evening, whenever you are tuning into this. Today we're going to start with standing Qigong. And you may do this however you would like to. Put your hands wherever you would like and tune into the Wu-Ji, W-U-J-I, which is oneness everywhere, within and without our being. And realizing that we are all one. Let's start with that today. And now what we'd like to do is to do the exact opposite, which is to do spontaneous Qigong and blithering, which is any sound that wants to come out of your mouth that you've always wanted to let come out of your mouth for the past however many years, let it come out now. Shoo, 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 mama, mama, ooh, ah, mama. And I keep looking at this on the studio wall. It says, surrounded by flowers, it says, do more of what makes you happy. So that's what we're doing today. So, the warm-ups today. Here we go. We're going to ring the temple bell, and we're just going to let our arms flop, and we're going to allow the rotation of the spine. Now bring the front arm up to the lungs, tap, and the back arm to the kidney area, and continue to rotate the spine and the torso. Now alternate a little lower than the kidneys and the adrenals on the back, with the spleen points about 4 inches underneath the arms. Now Allow the back arm to come down just a little lower, and the front arm to come right underneath the chest, in the solar plexus area on each side. For women, it's right underneath your nipple, but over the first rib, underneath the breast. And those are the liver points. These are all acupoints, acupressure points on the meridian system. And continue to rotate the torso. Feels so good. And then just a little bit like this. Move those legs. Yeah, do what feels good. Stretch. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The body, after a while of doing your own thing, in the sense of listening to your intuition about your body and tuning into it, like we talked about in the last episode, your body is gonna love to exercise. It's gonna feel so good. And why is that? It is because more of your being is in your body. Ooh, how does that happen? Well, when you exercise and you get the energy flowing and you release the old stuff, you don't have to do anything about that. It just naturally goes out, the tensions, frustrations, anger, etc. Just naturally goes out as you do your Qigong, your Tai Chi exercises. Yay! You mean we don't have to do anything to let it go out? Right, you don't. Just practice your Tai Chi and Qigong. When you see stuff flying out of you, don't give it any thought at all. It's just naturally releasing old anger, old frustrations, old whatever, out it goes. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to push it, force it, pull it, intend, release, any of it. It just goes out. Wow! So then after that goes out, there's more room for your authentic self. More of your, that I self up there, more of all that wisdom and being. Now there's room for it in your earthly manifestation. So Tai Chi and Qigong are like, wow, fantastic. So let's get right to it instead of yakking about it. Okay. So next we need a chair, right? Quick moment, gotta get a chair. Okay, we got the chair, okay. So, what we want to do with the chair is we want to hang on to it with one hand. This is called tendon changing in Chinese, or the translation in Chinese. And what we're going to do is we're going to put one foot forward, let the other one be back, and we're going to rock back and forth. So this left toe, you can see, is coming up. How does this feel in here? Yep, there's a stretch. Now, just put your toe down in the left foot front, and how does this feel as you allow your heel to come up? It's stretching, right? Let's rock back and forth. Gotta get the back foot correct so I really feel that tendon releasing and stretching in there. And you can alter your body a little bit and then change to the other side. Now I really feel it in this side. You may feel that one side of your body is tighter than the other. Okay, so after the tendon changing, we're going to start with massaging our lower back again. And from the coccyx up the spine to the adrenal and kidney areas, and all around this lower back. And the tops of the buttocks. Ooh, I found a muscle in one of my areas that is a little sore. Okay, now all of this area loves to get massaged. And by doing this, after we do some of our Qigong and Tai Chi exercises, we encourage the energy flow, the Qi flow. Qi is life force energy, and that's what we need to strengthen and vitalize us. It is our life force energy, so yeah, it's pretty good to have a lot of it. So if we sit at a computer or sit at a desk, or sit in front of a TV, or a couch potato, or sit all the time, we have less Qi flowing. And the way you get Qi is to move your body, and to breathe deeply. So it's important to be healthy. We want to be healthy, and Qi is our health. So now what we'd like to do is to move right down the legs with massaging. This opens up the Qi channel, the meridian channels, and it allows the Qi to flow more fully during our exercise program today, which will allow more nourishment, revitalization, healing, oxygen to all the cells in the body, lymph to flow and move to release the waste products that are being produced. Just take time to massage your entire lower body. And we won't take time today to do much on the feet, but you can, if you want to put this on pause and give yourself a foot massage. That is absolutely superb, like we discovered in one of the earlier episodes. Massaging the feet feet have reflexes to the entire body. So, if you want a happy, healthy, emotional well-being, physical well-being, and connection to your source energy, getting your chi flowing is very good, and massage is part of that. Okay, and we're revved up. So for today, we're going to do a Qigong sequence called the 7 Precious Gestures. And the first one of it comes with a little story. And the story is one that was made up by one of my Qigong teachers, Gail from Texas, who is an acupuncturist and is one of the senior trainers for the Institute of Integral Tai Chi and Qigong, where I received some of my training. And she's just a wonderful soul, has written a book about all of the extraordinary vessels in the body, which are not the meridians themselves, but other energy channels. And she is a very, very knowledgeable woman. So when she was thinking about teaching the class, along with Dr. Roger Youngkett, who is a wonderful, fantastic teacher and lecturer and example of what happens when you practice all the time for 30 or 40 years, and wow, he's right there, all healthy, enjoying, happy, and very, very intelligent man. Anyway, so when Gail was thinking about helping with this class, she came up with a little story to go with this particular Qigong sequence. So there is a young woman who lives in China, out in the country. And one day, she hears bells in the distance. And this is a while ago when people really didn't leave their towns very much. They stayed in the same town for most of their life, and they were not connected by any of the technology or newspapers or anything like that. So they wouldn't have known about surrounding maybe towns. They might have known about ones within a day's ride on a horse or something like that, but they would not really have known that much about farther away places. So this little girl, not a little girl, but a young woman, hears bells in the distance. And she has a sense that the bells have great meaning. And her heart tells her that. So she prepares for a journey from her home to find out what the bells mean. And the first thing she does is with the ringing of the temple bells, which are this one that we have already done. This is the ringing of the temple bells that she hears in the distance. And we are going to add one more Qigong exercise to make it 8 precious gestures. She also is in a community, a little town, country, village, that has people who practice drum beating. So this one is called Beating the Drum. So next, she decides to, in symbolic terms, sharpen her sword for the journey, meaning that she is strengthening her internal commitment to her journey to this sacred temple. And this is called push and pull, which is absorbing and dispelling chi energy. The next is gathering and releasing. We want, and she wanted, to gather what she needed and release what she didn't need. She wanted to give away what she didn't need. The next exercise is called Heaven and Earth. And she gathered from heaven by studying the stars, the galaxies the galaxy. She studied the constellations that she knew about in China. And she studied the stars that would help her navigate her journey. So she gathered from heaven. And she also gathered from Mother Earth. She learned about herbs and herbal medicines and all of the wonderful help that the plants could give her and keep her strong and healthy on her journey. So now, as she went along on her journey, she took all the knowledge that she was gaining from strengthening her inner commitment and from gathering what she needed for her journey and giving away what she didn't need, and also gathering starlight and star direction and spiritual guidance, and learning about all the plants and knowing how to fix them so that they would strengthen her. And after those steps had been taken, she became calm at her center. And she was committed, and she came upon many animals and creatures along her journey that taught her many things. They taught her how to be strong by doing her practice every day and remaining calm. And the calm at the center one can be done several different ways. What we would like to do is to bring our arms around to the back with the palms up, and then as if you are balancing something in the palms, bring them around to the front. And finally, she reached the temple, and she waited at the temple gate. She felt a sense of reverence and felt curious about what was inside the temple. And then the temple doors swung open, and she was greeted and allowed to come inside. And in her studies at the temple, which can be symbolic, however you would like that to mean for you, she was able to swallow the elixir of happiness, joy, and immortality. All things good. The Chinese believe that as we do our practices, we encourage the elixir of enjoyment of life. And it doesn't have to be all serious at all. The spiritual realms are filled with joy and promote joy. That is one of the reasons we are here. To feel good, to enjoy, and to be of service. And as we drink of the elixir, the enjoyment of life that comes from all of the things that that young woman committed herself to and followed through on, the enjoyment of life arrived more for her, and she swallowed the elixir. And that is what helps us with being immortal. Oh my goodness, I thought this was a Tai Chi class. Okay, so let's get to the Tai Chi and the Qigong. A little bit more. So let's just relax everything. And now let's do our Tai Chi practice for today. We'll begin the way the Chinese do as usual. Right fist into left palm. Left hand coming in circles underneath the right arm. And we bow to the ancient masters, Xing Li. And that is how we salute them for developing these practices. This is the Yang style slow form, Tai Chi, and it is the first third of the practice. Opening move. Right ward off. Left ward off. Roll back. Press. And push. Single whip. Close hands. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee and push. Play guitar. Left brush knee and push. Right brush knee and push. Left brush knee and push. Play guitar. Left brush knee and push. Strike, parry, and punch. Release and seal. And cross hands. Okay, let's just check the time. We have very little time left, so we will end very simply with have a great week and we'll see you for the next program in about a week. Many blessings, lots of enjoyment and happiness, and love of life.